Why isn't my arugula and kale turning a different color? It's on the next video. So, getting back to the beds inside the greenhouse, it appears everything's turning red and not growing properly. So that is a lack of, sure enough, um, you know, microbes in the soil, not enough stuff to make it grow properly, and as a result, it's stenting the growth period and not giving it the proper nutrition to grow properly. So here is what it looks like when the redding comes in. You'll see on the sides here, those actually are growing well. Everything else in the center was stented and discolored. Now you'll also notice that since it was turning red, I already had put a mess of compost inside here over the top, and since then now it's growing properly, but it might be a little too late. Some of it is bolting, so it's just not a good sign. I'm getting such good growth out in, like over here, like look at all this, it's just doing really well on the sides. Huge, the way it should look. So definitely it is a result of not putting compost in, and perhaps not even using the horse manure for compost, which I probably should have done initially. But over on this other side over here that is growing and that I seeded the same exact time, I'll show you. This is the same exact day planted, and I've already harvested several times off of this, and it just doesn't stop growing. It's huge. I've never seen arugula grow like this, so fast and very good. The taste of it is amazing. So again, this is over here like from when I initially took this dirt out, and all this was here before, and I just planted inside of it just to see how the outside would do. And sure enough, there was a lack over here of that same compost that was here, and again, since I actually grabbed some of this back here and threw it back there, and so the end is looking good. Just this middle part isn't looking quite as great, but it's just a direct result of negligence as far as compost and just getting that soil prepared properly. This is a very shallow rooted type crop, so it needs to be done, all the topsoil needs to be perfect, and I use the natural soil, so apparently it's not as good as I had hoped. However, it definitely is good to use, and to mix with, but this is a result of perfect, soil to begin with, and should be like a compost. These tomatoes are just doing really well in here too. I've got a good 3 on each plant back on just within this little area right here, and they're doing really well. And again, really dark green. I thought these were the early girl, but it turns out I put the green zebra in here, and they're doing great. I don't know what these bugs are here, and if they're maybe thinking of maybe putting the hornworms. They look like one of those hornworm bugs, but everything looks so different out here compared to Las Vegas. Last night my wife and I, we took our son to a pool, and there was a movie afterwards, and then so we got home pretty late, and I'd left this open as well as the chicken coop before we left. I didn't realize we'd get home so late, but we were closing everything up, and sure enough there was some frogs in here in the greenhouse. And so it's really cool that, you know, we're getting beneficial frogs in here to eat all the bugs and keeping the bug pressure down. And you know, I'm really not seeing much bug pressure inside this tunnel, which is great. And you know, just another thumbs up for this, you know, area for growing. It's just the perfect conditions. You know, the forest really helps over here, back here, to help me, you know, bring in probably some beneficials too. So learn from my mistakes. Compost, compost, compost. Definitely put compost, beneficials, amend your soil, and you'll get some better results. Now I'm gonna, you know, probably have to pull this whole crop out and start over. Again, learning experience. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose, and I'm just gonna crop this out and put another you know, row of something. I have this other row of, or another bed of arugula that is doing really well, so you know, it's not like we're going to be out of arugula. I still have that going, and I'll probably do another succession bed outside. It seems to do well outside, so I'll just do it outside and put another crop in here. I didn't do too many peppers, so I may do peppers or another type of crop, you know, something that you harvest for a while off of, rather than these quick harvesting greens, the quick yielding crops. And we'll see what happens. Hope you like this content. Please like and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up if you can. Take care of yourselves.